Hello friends, welcome back to the HR Specialization Talent and Knowledge Management class. We are in the Unit 2. So in the last class we came to know about the competency and as well as how to analyze the competency gap. So what in a competency, the set of skills, knowledge and behaviors which are needed in the various managerial situations is known as a competency. Now, today we are going to discuss various types of competencies because unless competencies exhibits by an employee to get success in that particular job, by the way, to get output from that employee to the organization going to become difficult. As far as the types of the competencies are concerned, the first one is the behavioral competencies. The second one is called the technical competencies, National Vocational Qualification NVQs, Scottish National Vocational Qualification SNVQs. So let us discuss first of all what even behavioral competencies. Behavior is a very important in any kind of job. Every sort of job requires a typical kind of thinking process, psychological aspect, outward and as well as inward. What to call that one as a behavior. For a person who works in any defense forces, a kind of behavioral aspects are required. The person who actually works for a software company, altogether a different kind of what you called behavioral aspects are required. Though various behaviors that are necessary to produce the desired results, these behaviors can also be called as soft skills or else teamwork skills and as well as high energy levels. Okay, without appropriate behavioral skills or else competencies to get success for any employee in that particular job is going to be difficult. The next one is a technical competency. Generally the competencies, technical competencies are role specific and as well as general. So let us suppose that a person exclusively works in a what to call system administrator, a system administration area. Altogether he should have the programming knowledge, altogether he should have sound knowledge about what to call the softwares which are available in the market, so that that information can help to the development of the organization. Same way non-specific in the sense general kind of skills. For any manager, at least he should possess the knowledge about the MS Office, Microsoft Office like MS Word, MS Access, MS Excel, isn't it? So these are the few general technical skills. So in today's world, to excel in the what you called in any role, what is required, the technical competencies are also required. The next one is the National Vocational Qualification. Generally, these are actually recognized skills and knowledge a person needs to do a particular job. Actually, the National Vocational Qualifications are based on National Occupation Standards. Understand? It's a governing body. Understand? So, before recruitment of any employee, they test the NVQs. Okay? If NVQs are possessed by the respective candidate, then only that candidate is going to be selected. The next one is the Scottish National Vocational Qualifications, SNVQs. These are also just like NVQs only, but these kinds of techniques broadly operational in the Scotland. Hence, these are all known as Scottish Vocational Qualifications. So these four are considered as the various types of the competencies. After discussing various types of competencies, now we discuss about competency model. What is a competency model? It's actually set of competencies which are required for any person to excel in any particular job. It's nothing but it's a roadmap. So competency model is a roadmap which depicts the skills, knowledge and behavioral characteristics required to achieve the set objectives. A line manager would be there, a CEO would be there, a normally an executive would be there. So these 3 or 4 variety kinds of employees would be there according to their level, their role, they required specific kinds of skills. Especially the persons who actually occupies the highest positions, like general managers would be there, chief executive officers would be there. Normally they possess extraordinary convincing skills, keen observers. Understand? So the competency model is a roadmap which depicts the skills, the knowledge and behavioral characteristics which are required to achieve the set objectives. And also the competency model gives necessary objectives and shows way to achieve these objectives. Through the competency model, one can actually frame, one can actually define the objectives to be fulfilled also. So these competency models, if you see in the present world, the famous companies, Federal Express, Sony, Procter and Gamble companies have been using, understand, as far as their HR functioning is concerned. So these are the steps for developing competency model. The first one is the preparation of what we call the project plan, involvement and communication, design of framework for listing of competencies, designing the use of competency framework, testing, finalizing framework, communication, train, and finally the monitor and estimate. So in the preparation of the project to plan, so before going for what to call involvement or else development of the competency model, one should have the overall plan of what to call the activities to be performed. Understand? So in this project plan, actually the assessment of the various resources and their costs also will be identified before itself. The next one is involvement and communication. So here each and every level of the employees will be made to involve in while what you call going for framing the competency model, like employees and as well as the line managers and their objectives. Design a framework for listing of competencies. So under this step, actually for every role, for every job, the required competencies will be listed out. Based upon that, the actual objectives framing becomes very easy. The design the use of the competency framework. So after listing out all the competencies which are all essential, then how come we can use the situations where you can apply can be understand in the next step, what to call this one as a designing the use of competency framework. Testing and finalizing of framework. So under testing and finalizing framework step, actually whether framed, listed out the competencies are actually purposeful, if at all any change is there, if change required, the what to call the essential things will be edited in the framework, understand, and after that again testing will be finalized. So in the testing, if at all satisfactory results comes out, then will be that information is going to be given to all the employees. What do you call that? Communication. So the communication throughout the organization Results of projects prepared will be explained. So after the communication, the employees will ask to undergo the training. Based upon that, their performance, their competency levels will be enhanced. And finally, the monitoring and as well as the estimate of what to call their performance levels will be done. So these are the various steps for developing competency model. So preparation of project plan, involvement and communication, design of framework for listing of competencies, designing the use of competency framework, testing and finalizing framework, communication train and monitor and estimate. Next we are going to discuss the talent management systems. So in short, what we call this TMIS, understand? TMIS is nothing but it's a kind of software management. Generally the TMIS meant for to perform what we call 4 areas of what we called HR discipline is concerned. So what is a talent management system? A talent management system is an information technology solution to manage 4 corner points of human resource management. What are those? Recruitment, performance management, learning development management and compensation management. As you all know that the entire HR process surrounds in all these 4 areas. What are those? Recruitment and performance, learning development and compensation management. Through the talent management software, one can have the appropriate command over all these 4 areas. 4 corner points of what we call human resource management. The talent management, without a talent management system, is virtually impossible. So the talent management, what will be there? The what to call the aptitude of the employees can be understand before itself. It will be what to call managed appropriately for the purpose of the organization. What do you call this talent management? So the talent management becomes very difficult without this TMIS. So managing today's talent is about much more than recruiting and candidate experience alone. Earlier, what was the situation? Situation was to create an employment. Further, the what you call the suitable candidate used to be considered. But the present HR is concerned, it's not only what you call recruitment and what you call allowing the candidate to experience, but altogether there are so many other areas to be focused, like career management would be there, development management aspects, compensation management, understand? See, in all these areas, if you want to manage focusively, overall we are going to help to the talent management process, which is going to be impossible without the TMIS. It entails everything from finding, attracting the right people to developing, motivating and perhaps most importantly retaining them. So what to call this talent management system, TMIS. It's a software. A talent management system is an information technology solution to manage 4 corner points of the human resource management. So these are the very, very important factors which influences a lot as far as the TMIS is concerned. One is called the accessibility, the next one is the complexity, TMIS management and upgradation, alignment with the corporate data, security issues. Accessibility. So in order to appropriate management of the TMIS, what is required? One required a data, suitable data from the recruitment, from the development, from the training and development area, from what you call the compensation department. So procuring a valuable suitable data is going to be what you called a difficult task. Hence the accessibility is going to be what you call the factor which is going to have huge impact as far as what you call the TMIS management is concerned. Complexity, it's altogether a complex, it's what you call the club of various what you called activities clearly effectively joined together gel together in order to what you call finally to have the success of the team is. Hence it's completely a complex pool of activities. TMIS management upgradation. So whether the management upgradation of the available information is of what you call the day wise, month wise, year wise, one need to decide before itself. Based upon the need, what is required, the assets one need to procure, one need to set up. Hence the TMIS management upgradation is going to be one more factor which affects the TMIS. Always the TMIS data should be what you call aligned with the corporate data, the information about the company. So then what is required, always comparison and as well as the alignment of the information is required for appropriate results. Sometimes through the TMIS what will the security issues are also going to arise. So one needs to have appropriate arrangements in order to not lose what you called the very very important information regarding the TMIS and as well as the organization. Hence these are the few factors which are going to affect the talent management system, TMIS. Talent management information systems. Now we discuss TMIS, its purpose. What is the use? Workforce competency assessment. Through the TMIS, talent management systems or talent management information systems, the workforce competency assessment becomes very very easy. As you all know that a company means, an organization means different kinds of workforce are required, from lower level to higher level with different qualifications with varied kinds of skills. Through the TMIS one can have what you called purposefully to select the employees based upon the roles which are available in the organization. Organizational success. The TMIS is going to be useful for the organizational success. Always a right employee gives a right kind of output. That right kind of output will help to the success of the company finally. These are all linked process. Hence the organizational success is going to be damn sure if the TMIS is what you call implemented effectively. So one knows very well that the employee when actually get into the organization, to fit into that organizational culture, you need to spend some valuable time in terms of training, in terms of what you call other learnings. So through the TMIS what you call can be done very easily is nothing but assist with training and development purposes. The final one is a compensation administration. Based upon the ability, the level of what you call the skills, the kind of contribution which are going to provided to the growth of the organization, compensation will be fixed in terms of the salaries, in terms of perks, other kind of monetary rewards. Through the TMIS one can have what you call appropriate fixing up of the compensation. So what you call this one called as compensation administration. So what you call these are all talent management systems or else talent management information systems purpose. The first one is workforce competency assessment. The second one is organizational success. The third one is assist with training and development. And finally, compensation administration. So these are the approaches generally applicable when what you call the TIMIS. What is that? These are the approaches actually one can have while developing the TIMIS, talent management information systems, employee assessment approach. Here each and every employee will be assessed based upon the skill set, what he need to possess, and as well as the performance levels. The data will be created. The next one is internal and external selection approach. So internally, how the employees are going to affect the contribution or the development of the organization, and as well as the external sources which are going to what to call affect the development of the TIMIS can be identified. The executive level success plan. So this is called what to call the dependent level. Actually one can have the observation of the performance of the employees and things which are actually available to develop an executive to the highest level by means of learning, by means of what to call other aspects, step up in what to call the future, what to call the success plan, succession plan. The training approaches. How come an employee can be improved by giving a appropriate what to call training can be decided what to call in this approach. And finally, compensation approach based upon the level, based upon the skill set, the kind of salary need to be paid, the kind of monetary benefits given to the particular employee will be decided. Understand? So what to call this? You are calling this one as a compensation approach. Okay. So these are all various TIMIS approaches. So this ends your unit 2. So till now what we discussed? So we have discussed behavioral competencies, technical competencies, national vocational qualification NVQs, Scottish National Vocational Qualification SNVQs, under various types of the competencies. Next we came to know a roadmap, what to call this competency model. Competency model is a roadmap which depicts the skills, knowledge and behavioral characteristics required to achieve the set objectives. Competency model gives necessary objectives and shows way to achieve those objectives. So what are the companies which are being using this competency model? Federal Express, Sony, P&G companies. Steps for developing competency model: preparation of project plan, involvement and communication, design of framework for listing of competencies, designing the use of competency framework, testing, finalizing framework, communication, train and monitor and estimate. After that we came about TIMIS, talent management information system or talent management system in short. Is an information technology solution to manage 4 corners. What are those? Recruitment, performance management, learning and development, compensation management. What are the factors which influence the TIMIS? Accessibility, complexity, TIMIS management upgradation, alignment with corporate data, security issues. So TMIS purpose we came to know. So what are the approaches? So here your unit 2 ends. We meet in the next class. We start third unit in HR. What is that? Talent and knowledge management. Thank you so much.